Greetings, everyone. A very good morning. Salam Sejahtera, Salam Malaysia Madani, and Salam Sabah Majujaya. I wish you all have a great day ahead. Thank you for joining us at the Postgraduate University Briefing, Semester 2, 2023-2024 session. My name is Herlina from the Center for Postgraduate Studies, or CPS, and it is my honor to be the MC once again for today's event. Welcome to UMS, and my sincere congratulations to all of you for becoming our students. And thank you for choosing University Malaysia Sabah as your postgraduate studies destination. To the international students, we welcome you to Sabah, the land below the wind. Ladies and gentlemen, for your information, this is the 8th online postgraduate briefing, and let me highlight you the agenda for the whole day. We'll start with the opening remarks from the Dean of the Center for Postgraduate Studies, and there will be 10 briefings, which is 5 in the mornings and 5 in the afternoon. All the sessions will be online, and we hope you stay in tune until the end of the sessions. And please don't forget to follow, like, and subscribe the UMS official Facebook page, UMS YouTube channel, CPS official Facebook page, and join us in the CPS Telegram group for more updates in the future, yeah? Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to ask questions during the briefing and drop your questions in the chat box below. Our dedicated officers will try to answer your questions, and whenever we have extra time, I'll bring your question up. And it is my pleasure to welcome the following very special guests today. With us, Professor Dr. Rosita Shapawi, Dean of the Center for Postgraduate Studies, Associate Professor Dr. Asmahani Binti Awang, Deputy Dean of Academic and International, and also Dr. Oscar Dosin, Deputy Dean of Student Affairs. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it is my pleasure to welcome Professor Dr. Rosita Shapawi, our beloved Dean, for her opening remarks. Let's welcome Prof.
Thank you so much, Puan Herlina. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning. Selamat pagi. It is my pleasure to welcome all our new postgraduate students to University Malaysia Sabah. To our international students, welcome to Borneo, Sabah specifically, the land below the wind. Congratulations to everyone. You are now officially a postgraduate student of UMS. We are very happy for you and excited to be part of your educational journey. So this morning I will start the session with a very brief sharing about the university and also about the Center for Postgraduate Studies. Okay. Okay, basically I will be sharing about UMS and also our team at Center for Postgraduate Study and also our Pusat Luar UMS, and of course some data on student enrollment and of course postgraduate coordinators and our facilities. Okay, UMS is the 9th public university in Malaysia, which was established on the 24th November 1994. At the moment, we have 12 faculties, 1 center, 1 academy, and 4 research institutes, covering various areas of science and technology, medicine and health sciences. We have engineering program, computer and informatics, agriculture, aquaculture and marine science, biotechnology, conservation biology, food sciences, tropical forestry, social science and humanities, arts and creative technology, psychology, education, Islamic study, finance, business, accounting and economics. Okay, this is our vision. University Malaysia Sabah strives to be an innovative university of global standing. Our mission, we strive to achieve our academic excellence in various fields by gaining international recognition through learning and teaching, research and publications, social services, and of course a balanced specialization of knowledge and personal development of students, resulting in higher productivity and quality in the context of society and nation. Okay, at CPS, this is our shared values. Together, we improve our performance. Okay, the objective of CPS is actually to ensure that the main functions of CPS are executed effectively according to the standards. So we will be responsible from day one, like today, enrollment, registration, and then you'll go through your examination or even assessment, and then of course graduation, and we also have a section for student affairs management, and of course development of academic programs. Okay, at Center for Postgraduate Students, some of the important info that I would like to share with you. We provide PhD programs, master and also postgraduate. Um, Starting in 2019, our coursework and mixed mode are handled by our PLUMs, and CPS is responsible to manage PhD and master programs by research only. Um, PhD and master programs are offered full-time and part-time basis, except for our international students. It is only offered on full-time mode. At CPS, we are entrusted to help you with the administration, coordination, development of academic curriculum and things related with that, and of course to strengthen the postgraduate studies programs. This is the roles and responsibility of CPS to support the mission of the university to become the world-class center of academic and technological excellences, formulates policies pertaining to the development of graduate studies, steer the postgraduate committee, and coordinate with academic faculties to develop and enhance the quality of graduate education, maintain the integrity and graduate education practices across all faculty, center, academy, and institute, cooperate with other departments, for example, the Bursa or even library, to ensure facilities are available and meet the requirement of the lecturers and also the students, and to facilitate staffs and student training session on graduate education aspects. Okay, I would like to introduce to you our team at CPS and Plumes. With me, I have the Deputy Dean Academic and Internationalization is Associate Professor Dr. Asmahani binti Awang. She's here with me, and of course Dr. Oscar Dosin also here with me as the Deputy Dean looking after the student affairs, and our Head of Administration, Puan Jumiati Pajakai. This is our supporting staff, the heads of section, the head of administration and financial section led by Puan Jumiati, and Mr. Musnin Matasa is the head of sector, academic sector, and Puan Herlina, our MC today, is the head of students affairs section. So anything to do with your well-being, you can look for her. Okay, this is our members, our partner at UMS Center for External Education, or known as PLUMS, P-L-U-M-S. We have Dr. Lim Tian Sang as the director, and Deputy Director is Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Suhaimi Taat, and we have Madam Zalifah as the Deputy Director looking after the finance of Plumes. They will have special session with you later. Okay, these are the stuff for plums. So you don't worry. These information are available in the website as well. So we have several officers under plumes that you can look for if you have issue related to administration or finance, for example, or even Apple. Okay, just want to share with you some data on our postgraduate enrollment. As of this month, we have a total of 2,904 um, postgraduate students, both masters and PhD. If we look at the breakup, master we have 1,481, PhD 1,275, and we have a program called DPLI, Diploma Lepasan Ijazah, Diploma Perguruan Lepasan Ijazah 148. Out of this, about 25% is our international student, 566. If you see at the graph, the top three countries are China, followed by Indonesia and Pakistan. Okay, this is information about our graduated student last year. Last year, we graduated 558 postgraduate students. 143 are the postgraduate diploma, 131 from master by research programs, 178 from master by coursework, and 106 from PhD programs. Okay, I would like to share with you some details on our postgraduate coordinators, which are very important individual throughout your study at UMS. Yeah, make sure you know them so that it will be easier for you to get detailed information from them. So you can look for your faculty and programs. For example, the first one is from Faculty of Psychology and Education. You should look for Associate Professor Dr. Sofia Abdullah. If you are registering at Faculty of Social Sciences and Humanities, we have Dr. Aisa Mary, which will be able to help you. Faculty of Medicine and Health Sciences, we have Dr. Pranita Palasubernia. And Faculty of Business, Economics and Accountancy, you have Dr. Izianti. Faculty of Natural Science and Faculty of Science and Natural Resources, Dr. Khadijah Ghazali. Dr. Salumia Mijen, Faculty of Sustainable Agriculture in Sandakan. Food Science and Nutrition Faculty, you will have Dr. Siti Farida Muhammad Amin. Faculty of Computing and Informatics in Labuan, you will have Dr. Andrew So Tek Wei. Faculty of Computing and Informatics, you have Dr. Jekyll Chu Voi Lung. Faculty of Engineering, you have Prof. Madya Dr. Lilian Gungan. Faculty of Tropical Forestry, we have Associate Professor Dr. Liu Kang Chiang. ASTIF, or Academy of Arts and Creative Technology, Dr. Salbiah binti Kindoyop will be able to help you. Meanwhile, in Faculty of Islamic Studies, we have Dr. Nur Hidayat Hasbullah. For Center for Promotion of Knowledge and Language Learning, we have Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Azri Ibrahim. He is the Deputy Dean, actually. Institute for Tropical Biology and Conservation, we have Dr. Su Chen Lin. Borneo Marine Research Institute, you will have Associate Professor Dr. Lim Leong Seng. Biotechnology Research Institute, Dr. Nur Atira binti Yusof. Okay, this is the list of PLUM's postgraduate coordinators, those registering for coursework and mixed mode programs. So you can look for these lecturers. Yeah, Faculty of Business, Economics and Accountancy. If you are doing these courses listed here, Master of Business Admin, Master of Human Capital Management, and Master of Economics, Dr. Muhammad Alif Anwar will be able to guide you. Meanwhile, Faculty of Engineering, you will have Dr. Nur Suhadat binti Nordin, specific for Master of Engineering Oil and Gas program. Dr. Zaidatul Haslinda will be guiding those under Master of Computer Science and Computational Intelligence from Faculty of Informatics, Computing and Informatics. Meanwhile, at Faculty of Psychology and Education, you will have Dr. Kamila Ading for Master of Psychology. Okay, still under coursework and mixed mode coordinators for Master of Education, be it curriculum and instruction, educational management, or physical and health education, you have Professor Dr. Lei Yunfa. Faculty of Medicine and Health Science, you will have Associate Professor Dr. Freddy for the RPH students. And for Master in Public Health, you will have Dr. Richard Avoy. And for Biotechnology Research Institute coursework Master of Science Molecular Biology program, you have Dr. Yu Chi Wei. Okay. Okay, still on the coursework and mixed mode coordinators, Master of Science Food Safety and Quality under Food Science and Nutrition, you have Dr. Koh Wee Yin. And for Faculty of Social Sciences and Humanities, you have Madam Diana Peters, Master of Arts, yeah, Government and International Relation. Still under Faculty of Psychology and Education for SPADA student, you can contact Dr. Patricia Joseph Kimong for any issues, yeah. And Faculty of Psychology and Education, for DPLI student, you have Associate Professor Dr. Abdul Said bin Ambotang. Okay, just an overview of facility we have at CPS that you can utilize. Yeah, just let us know if you need this facility. We have our auditorium hall, the one we use at the moment right now. It will be able to accommodate up to about 200 people. Yeah, you can use it for conference, seminar, or workshops. Just let us know and we can arrange it for you. Okay, this is smaller rooms, seminar rooms. We have 6 seminar room with movable wall, and each one can accommodate about 40 people. So you can also use it for activities such as seminar or talks with smaller numbers. Okay. We have student lounge. This lounge is able to accommodate up to 150 people. You can use it for activities related to your programs, for example, for discussion or any group study or talks, organized by your programs or your faculty. You can always request to use this student lounge facility. This is our Viva rooms. Last time we used to have a physical Viva Voce session, so these rooms are used for these activities. Yeah. This is a meeting room. This is also highly utilized. This is able to accommodate up to 50 people, yeah, for group meeting, discussion. Okay, so this is our official contact address, but we advise you to communicate to us through email, yeah. Of course, we have also telephone number and fax, but we really advise you to communicate through our email, pascha@ums.edu.my, and of course, make sure you know our website because all information or latest updates are available at our website. This is a contact address for Plums, and I believe they also prefer if you can communicate with them via email. Yeah, so these information are available at UMS website. You just go either to CPS website or Plums website. Everything is there. So thank you so much. I hope you will have smooth journey ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Prof, for sharing such useful information with us, and thank you for your kind words. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there is a very important talk for all new postgraduate students coming up, so don't miss it. Please give this matter your full attention. Before we move on, let's take 10-minute break, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you. We appreciate you for staying online, everyone. Let's invite the speaker for the first session, Madam Agnes Sarah Boytol, Deputy Bursar, together with Madam Shasha Nurizwana binti Marimutu, Finance Manager of UMS Center for External Education, or PLUMS, providing financial information to new postgraduate students. Madam Sarah will discuss the financial affairs of the postgraduate research program. And yeah, it was my pleasure to pass to you, Madam Sarah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to UMS. My name is Agnes Sarah Boytol. I will be representing Bursars Department for Students Financial Briefing this morning. So before I start the briefing, actually we did prepare short video. This video summarizes what you should know as a student in terms of rules and regulations, method of payment, and some other important things. So please do pay attention and enjoy the video. Salam sejahtera, salam hormat, dan salam UMS Campus Ramah. Kepada semua pelajar baharu Universiti Malaysia Sabah, Jabatan Bendahari dengan berbesar hati mengalu-alukan kedatangan anda semua dan mengucapkan selamat datang ke Universiti Malaysia Sabah. Jabatan Bendahari dengan penuh sukacita ingin berkongsi tata cara pengurusan kewangan pelajar di UMS untuk rujukan para pelajar. Tak kenal maka tak cinta. Dengan ini diperkenalkan Bendahari Universiti Malaysia Sabah serta para pegawai yang bertanggungjawab menguruskan kewangan pelajar. Misi Jabatan Bendahari adalah untuk melaksana dan mengamalkan sistem pengurusan keuangan dengan berintegriti, telus, dan bertanggungjawab. Objektif Jabatan Bendahari adalah menawarkan perkhidmatan keuangan kepada semua pelanggan universiti secara cekap dan berkesan. Fungsi bahagian keuangan pelajar Jabatan Bendahari adalah mengurus dan menyelaras akaun pelajar, serta mengurus dan menyelaras hal ehwal keuangan beasiswa dan tajaan pelajar.
Pelajar adalah wajib menjelaskan bayaran yuran pengajian sebelum membuat pendaftaran. Setiap pelajar yang berhutang pada semester semasa akan terhalang daripada membuat pendaftaran kursus untuk semester berikutnya. Tidak dibenarkan mengikuti peperiksaan akhir sehingga semua hutang kepada universiti dijelaskan. Terhalang daripada mendapat keputusan peperiksaan akhir semester semasa. Tidak dibenarkan mengikuti sidang convocation yang mana scroll dan transkrip pelajar akan ditahan sehingga semua hutang kepada universiti dijelaskan.
Senarai pelajar berpenaja yang telah menerima bayaran tajaan tetapi masih berhutang akan dikemukakan kepada pihak penaja bagi tujuan sekatan bayaran atau pembatalan tajaan. Bagi pelajar yang mendapat tajaan atau pinjaman, diwajibkan mengemukakan surat tawaran tajaan tersebut kepada sektor tajaan dan biasiswa di Jabatan Bendahari. Pelajar juga perlu memastikan maklumat penaja dikemas kini dalam sistem maklumat pelajar untuk mengelakkan sebarang kesulitan. Struktur yuran bagi sarjana dan doktor falsafah dibahagikan kepada dua bidang iaitu sains dan sains sosial mengikut kaedah pengajian. Bagi mendapatkan maklumat lengkap mengenai yuran pengajian, sila rujuk pautan di laman sesawang berikut. Sekiranya pelajar berhasrat untuk menarik diri daripada pengajian, berikut adalah kaedah pengiraan pemulangan bayaran pelajar. Pelajar yang menarik diri dalam tempoh 2 minggu pertama semester bermula layak untuk mendapat bayaran balik iuran pengajian, manakala iuran pendaftaran one-off tidak layak dikembalikan. Pelajar yang menarik diri selepas tempoh 2 minggu pertama semester bermula tidak layak untuk mendapat pemulangan bayaran. Pelajar adalah diwajibkan untuk membayar insurans sebanyak RM25 setahun.
Manfaat insurans pelajar adalah seperti kematian RM40,000, keilatan menyeluruh dan kekal RM25,000 natural cost, RM40,000 bagi accidental cost, perbelanjaan pengebumian RM5,000 bagi natural cost, RM10,000 bagi accidental cost, dan RM10,000 bagi belanja penghantaran pulang jenazah, alat sokongan perubatan RM5,000, perbelanjaan perubatan RM5,000 dan allowance hospital RM50 sehari.
UMS kini mengamalkan kampus tanpa tunai. Kaedah pembayaran adalah seperti berikut. Bayaran atas talian melalui pautan berikut. Bayaran melalui kaedah Jompe, bayaran tunai melalui kaunter Bank Islam atau mesin ATM di mana-mana cawangan Bank Islam seluruh Malaysia. Melalui pindahan telegrafik dengan bayaran atas nama Universiti Malaysia Sabah. Atau melalui kaunter Jabatan Bendahari menggunakan kaedah bayaran kad debit, kad kredit, Alipay, WeChat Pay, Maybank QR Pay, bus dan cek berpalang atas nama Universiti Malaysia Sabah. Untuk makluman, pihak universiti akan mengenakan yuran perkhidmatan sebanyak RM20 bagi terimaan tunai yang melebihi RM500 bagi setiap transaksi.
Bagi kaedah pembayaran yuran yang menggunakan KWSP, pelajar hendaklah memohon surat pengesahan KWSP daripada Jabatan Bendahari 2 minggu sebelum pendaftaran bermula beserta salinan terkini penyata akaun 2. Hanya pelajar yang telah mendapat surat pengesahan KWSP berstatus lulus sahaja yang akan diberi pelepasan bagi proses pendaftaran pelajar. Bagi pelajar yang lewat membuat permohonan surat pengesahan KWSP, pelajar tersebut wajib untuk menjelaskan yuran pengajian sepenuhnya terlebih dahulu. Walau bagaimanapun, Jabatan Bendahari akan mengeluarkan surat pengesahan KWSP tersebut kepada pelajar seperti biasa. Pelajar yang ingin memohon surat pengesahan KWSP, penaja, bayaran, struktur yuran perlu mengisi borang permohonan melalui Google Form yang boleh diakses di laman web Jabatan Bendahari atau Facebook page bahagian keuangan pelajar atau scan QR code seperti berikut. Proses semakan dan pengesahan transaksi bayaran bagi perbankan internet atau FPX Pengesahan transaksi bayaran pada penyata bank adalah dalam tempoh 24 jam hari bekerja berikutnya selepas bayaran diterima. Tempoh kemaskini terimaan di dalam SMPB di kaunter bendahari ialah 1 hingga 3 hari. Perbankan internet, kemaskini terimaan adalah 24 jam pada hari berikutnya. Melalui FPX pula, kemaskini adalah dalam tempoh 15 minit.
Apabila saya sudah membuat pembayaran, adakah bermaksud saya sudah mendaftar?
Tidak, pelajar hendaklah mendaftar melalui sistem maklumat pelajar.
Berapakah kadar denda lewat daftar yang perlu saya bayar?
Jumlah denda lewat yang perlu dibayar adalah Rp200.
Sekiranya status saya digantung pengajian pada semester lepas dan saya berhasrat untuk mengaktifkan pengajian saya pada semester ini, apa yang perlu saya lakukan?
Pelajar perlu membuat permohonan kepada Pusat Pengajian Pasca Siswaza. Setelah mendapat kelulusan, pelajar perlu membayar denda lewat Rp200 dan yuran pengajian semester lepas dan semester semasa.
Bagaimana pula sekiranya status saya telah diberhentikan?
Pelajar perlu membuat permohonan kepada Pusat Pengajian Pasca Siswaza. Setelah mendapat kelulusan, pelajar perlu membayar yuran pengaktifan semester Rp300 dan yuran pengajian semester lepas dan semester semasa.
Apa yang menyebabkan saya tidak dapat membuat pendaftaran di SMP?
Mungkin disebabkan mempunyai hutang yuran pengajian atau yuran asrama pada semester sebelumnya atau pelajar tidak mengemukakan laporan kemajuan pelajar.
Bagaimanakah cara untuk menyemak baki hutang yang perlu dibayar?
Pelajar boleh merujuk penyata akaun melalui sistem maklumat pelajar.
Okay, in UMS, there is two-type method of studies, which is research and coursework. What I explained to you today is applicable for students who choose research as their method of studies. Later on, my friends, Madam Shasha will continue the financial briefing for coursework students. They're only slightly different in terms of fee structure and some other things. Students, for details tuition fee, you can refer from Postgraduate website, as you can see from the link from the slide. I will explain a little bit about UMS fee structure. In UMS, we divide our tuition fees by stream. There is two types of stream, which is science stream and art stream. For this slide, this is tuition fees for science stream. There is three biggest component in the tuition fees, which is non-recurrent fees, tuition fee based on semester, and viva fees. As you can see from your tuition fees for first semester is slightly higher than tuition fees for second semester. This is due to insurance fees that we charge yearly. I know most of you have your own personal insurance, but it is compulsory and required by the Ministry of Education for all the students to be covered student insurance. Later, there is briefing from student welfare, and I believe they will brief you more about the benefits and coverage for this insurance. This is structure fees for art streams, the same explanation for art streams. There is three biggest component in this tuition fees, which is non-recurrent fees, tuition fees based on semester, and viva. And the different fees rate between first semester and second semester is due to students' insurance. If any of you choose to withdraw from the university, please come to the postgraduate office and fill in all the necessary documents, because if you did not do so, we will continue to charge your tuition fees in student ledger by referring your status as active students. In this table, you can see how much refund that you can get if you withdraw your studies within allowable period for withdrawal, which is if you process your withdrawal within 2 weeks after the semester begin, you only can get refund from the component of tuition fees, but for non-concurrent fees, it will be fully forfeited. While for those who wish to withdraw from the university after 2 weeks the semester start, your payment will be forfeited. All students must pay tuition fees in full at the beginning of every semester. As you can see, this is your promised documents that you signed when you registered as a student in UMS. After you sign these documents, you have acknowledged that you are aware and promised that you're going to pay the tuition fees in full at the beginning of every semester. Students with outstanding fees will be barred from accessing the course registration process for upcoming semester, printing the examination slip, getting the final examination results, attending the convocation. Scrolls and transcript will be held back by the university until all the outstanding tuition fees are settled. The student's name will be entered into the CITO system. As you all know, CITO screening is part of the process if you want to apply any loan in the future. And if your name are in the system, it will affect the approval of your loans. So I advise to all the students to settle all outstanding fees before leaving the university. Sponsored students that have received their sponsorship but not yet settled their outstanding fees will be reported to their respective sponsors, and they will be facing risks having their sponsorship is being cancelled. UMS is applying cashless campus, which is we do not encourage students to pay cash at our counter or even at our cafe. We have variety type of cashless payment method such as FPX, Jumpay, CDM, or at bank counter for Bank Islam, card credit, Boost, Alipay, and etc. Cash payment exceed 500 ringgit through Busar's counter will be incurred extra charge for service fee amounting 20 ringgit. Students must submit their scholarships, sponsorships, loans of offer letter to Busar's department. Why do we need a copy of your scholarship, sponsorship, or loan documents? There is two methods of payment that usually the scholarship will choose to wire your scholarship. First, through university. If your scholarship choose this method, then every semester, Busar's department have to issue invoice to demand the payment from your sponsorship. If you did not submit to us your agreement with your sponsor, then how we want to issue the invoice to them, because we not even know that you are being sponsored by them. Second, sponsor paid directly to student bank account. We will treat the student as unsponsored students. Please update the scholarship, sponsorship, loans detailed in SMP and ensure all information are valid. For those students that using their personal EPF to finance their studies, confirmation letter can be requested from the Busar's Department official website or from the Bahagian Keuangan Pelajar Facebook or QR code. All application will be processed within 5 working days. This is the QR code. This is the QR code. Excuse me. Next slide. Okay. This is the QR code. The QR code we divide based on location. Please scan the QR code based on where your study is located. Let applicants are required to pay the tuition fees in full, and after that you can request for confirmation of payments for you to claim back to your EPF. Nonetheless, EPF authorization letter will be prepared, but students may only be allowed to register once the full payment being made. So this is our hotline number. You can contact us through this number during the office hour, or leave your question at our FB Messenger, or you can email us through qpascha@ums.edu.my. Before I end my session, I will appreciate if you can give feedback to improve the quality of our service, to fill out the customer satisfaction survey questionnaire by scanning the displayed QR code. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Madam Sarah, for that briefing. Okay, next I would like to invite the second speaker, Madam Shasha Nurizwana, to update us on the financial affairs of the postgraduate coursework program. Yeah, the stage is yours, Madam.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Okay, I'm Shasha. Today, I will represent Plumes. regarding the finance briefing. Okay, good morning, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, welcome to UMS. Okay, Plumes finance section is responsible for managing student financial affairs for postgraduate coursework students. Okay, for the registration fee need to be settled before the registration process through online or e-daftar. The balance fee of the credit hour will be updated at the end of the add and drop week in the current semester. Okay, the balance credit hour fee for the current semester is compulsory to be settled before the final exam. The student ledger can be retrieved from the SMPB for each student. Okay, for reminder, students who have an outstanding tuition fee will be barred from the assessing course registration for upcoming semester, print the examination slip, getting the final exam result, and attending the convocations. Sponsored students who's yet to settle their outstanding fee will be reported to the respective sponsor promptly and risk having their sponsor cancelled. Okay, this is the fee structure. For the fee structure, for local students, full-time and part-time, for one-time payment for 780, it's a non-current fee, and then there is a first semester and second semester and credit hour. The credit hour will depends on how many credit hour you will take on the semester. Okay, for the full-time and the part-time, there is a difference for each semester, which is that is for the kesehatan, for the medical fees. Okay, then for the science stream and then the full-time for non-current fee, and student need to pay the one-off payment and the semester fee, first semester and second semester, and for credit hours, which is 300 credit hours. And for the full-time, 400, and for international students, 600 credit hours per rate. Okay, this is for the DPLI, Diploma Pendidikan Lepasan Ijazah. For the first sem, the student need to pay for full 4,630, and the second sem 4,475. And also, as you can see, the total amount for SPADA is 16,130. Okay, for those students that plan to withdraw from the university, for the non-current, for the first 2 weeks, for non-current fees, it will be forfeited and the tuition fee will be refunded. But after 2 weeks, after the 2 weeks semester begins, both of the fees will be forfeited. Okay, here's the type of payment that student can make through Plooms, but okay. As at September 2023, Plooms has transitions to a cashless method to enhance the convenience of efficiency in the financial transactions. That means you can pay all the payment for the tuition fee through online. If any of the students have any queries and need assistance adapting to this cashless approach, our finance team is here to help. Okay, for the students, need to request for the EPF confirmation letter. Please go to the finance section at the Plooms to request for the letter. Let applicants are required to pay in the tuition fee in full. EPF authorization letter will be prepared, but student may only be allowed to register once the full payment being made. Okay, for scholarship students, must submit their scholarship sponsorship loan offer to the Plooms finance section. Please update the scholarship loan detail in the SMP to ensure all information are valid. Okay, this is for application for PTPTN. Application must be made online by the student itself through www.ptptn.gov.my. Students are required to open a saving account with a Bank Islam. Opening an account can be made at any of Bank Islam branches throughout Malaysia without deposits. Okay. Here is the QR code that you can scan if you need a confirmation letter for EPF sponsorship for fee structures. The application will be processed within 5 days, working days. Okay, for any inquiry, you can directly contact us at 088-3293-80, or you can reach us at the Bangunan Pusat Pengajian Pasar Siswaza level 1 at level 1. Or you can email us directly to kewangan.plooms@ums.edu.my. Thank you very much. Here's all the finance sections. You can reach each of us. Thank you very much.
Madam Shasha, thank you for those valuable information. And ladies and gentlemen, before we move on to our next briefing, let's take 5-minute breaks. Yeah? Stay tuned and see you again. Thank you. It's great to have you back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being online. Okay, our Deputy Dean, Academic and International Center for Postgraduate Studies will present the procedures and rule for postgraduate programs at UMS. So let's invite Dr. Asmahani for her briefing. Yeah, over to you, Dr. Hani.
Thank you, Madam Herlina. Assalamualaikum and very good morning to everyone. My name is Asmahani Awang from Center for Postgraduate Study, University Malaysia, Sabah. Today I will share with you some information about the CPS. We are waiting for the slide to appear. Please give us a few seconds. Okay, this is the slide. Okay, so today I will share with you about the procedures and rules Center for Postgraduate Studies program. Before I proceed further, I would like to congratulate you for your admission to University Malaysia Sabah. And at the same time, I would like to thank you because you are choosing University Malaysia Sabah for your next destination to continue your study. So stay tuned with me. This is the outline of my presentation. So my presentation today will cover a few sections. Actually, we have 10 sections. The first section is about the conversion of master program to Doctor of Philosophy. Maybe some of you are very interested to know about this information. From section 2 to section 10, it is applicable to all postgraduate students. So for the first section, this is about the introduction for the Postgraduate Studies Rule 2015, Amendment number 2, 2021. So for your information, this is the handbook, very important handbook for all of you to know. You need to download this handbook. This will be a guideline for you to continue your study, to know about all the procedure evaluation that you need to complete till the end of your journey at University Malaysia Sabah. So these regulations shall apply to all postgraduate undertaking any postgraduate programs for students intake semester 2 2020-2021 onwards. So this is the link for you to retrieve the postgraduate regulations. For your information, this handbook also can be downloaded from our Center for Postgraduate Studies website. You just need to type CPS, www.cps, and you can download it from our website and you can read further. So the first section is about the conversion of master program to Doctor of Philosophy. It is very important for you, for master students who are currently in the master program, only by research, okay? You can apply to change to the doctoral program. However, you need to see carefully the specific duration for your study. For the full-time mode, you are eligible to apply for the conversion of master program to Doctor of Philosophy 1 year after enrolling in a master program. For the part-time mode, you can apply 2 years after registering for the master program. Maybe some of you wonder about the date during the registration process. If you still remember, last Saturday you already register as a postgraduate student and you become as an active postgraduate student. So within 1 year for full-time mode students, you can apply for this conversion of master program to Doctor of Philosophy. However, you need to remember that you have to satisfy few criteria for you to convert from master to Doctor of Philosophy program. So the first one is that you need to show competency and proficiency in conducting research at the doctoral level. And of course, there should be a thorough internal evaluation. For example, you should provide 2 important documents. The first one is the significant findings within 12 months that you have registered at University Malaysia Sabah. The second one is the proposal for you to continue your study in PhD. And the third one is that you need to present your findings. You need to present at the faculty level. And of course, there will be an examiners that will evaluate your documents and also your presentation. The third criteria is that you need to obtain approval from the university senate. And the important thing is that if you are unsuccessful to convert from master to PhD, you are still can be awarded with the master's degree if you successfully complete your study. So for the one who are interested to convert your master program to Doctor of Philosophy, try to grab this opportunity within the specific time of duration. Okay, 1 year for full-time mode and 2 years for part-time mode. The second section is about duration of study. If you look at these two tables give us different information. The first one is the durations of study permitted. Maybe some of you are not familiar with this table. I would like to share with you some information. For example, we take doctorate degree for full time. If you look at for the left column, it shows that first semester is for the minimum level, and X semester for the maximum. Okay, so if you are unable to finish your study within X semester, you can apply for the extension of study for another 4 semester. Okay, so it is applicable for the full-time student. For the part-time student, you have 12 semester for maximum study. However, if you are unable to finish your study within 12 semester, you are eligible to extend your study another 6 semesters. So means that you have total 18 semester to finish your study. However, this part-time mode only applicable for local students. International students are not allowed to apply for the part-time mode of study. It is important for you to remember that failure to complete the program of study within the permitted time period will result in the candidate status being terminated without written notice from the university. You should always discuss with your supervisors and faculty about your research activities, research program, in order to fulfill all the requirement, which is the durations of study, minimum and maximum semester. The next section is about registration. All students should do the registration within the time period specified by the university. How you know that you are in a correct time of duration? You need to always refer to our academic calendar for session for every semester. For example, this is the academic calendar for session 2022-2024. Currently, we are in the second semester. Next semester will be the first semester of academic session 2024-2025. So you will have another new academic calendar. Every semester you should download our new calendar so that you know what is the progress of your research. Additional information is that international candidates are only permitted to register as full-time students. Why you need to know about this academic calendar? Because if you look at the activities, research activities here, we have various research activities. Each research activities need to be completed within a specific time of duration. If you cannot follow that time of duration, so you will encounter some problems in the future. So please be aware of this time frame and try to complete each of the research activities according to the time given to you. Okay, this is information about the registration of basic course. Some of you are required to register for basic course. It is very important because it can help you to strengthen your knowledge, to strengthen your understanding to the program that you apply for. And the second one is the registration for the research methodology course. All students are required to attend and pass the research methodology course. So for this course, we have 2 different evaluation. The first one is for the proposal, preparing the proposal, research proposal. The second one is for the presentation. So this research methodology course will be conducted 2 weeks at postgraduate center level and another 12 weeks at faculty, center, academy or institute level. However, for those who already completed the research methodology course from any university, then you can apply for the exemption. However, you need to fill up the form. You need to submit the form to Center for Postgraduate Studies, and also you need to provide the supporting documents from the previous university. This is the information about registration status. We have 4 registration status. The first one, currently studying. Second one, currently studying. However, we use different terms. Extended period 1, 2, 3 until 6. If you still remember, we have 2 tables which shows that we have the table for permitted study and we have the second table for the extended study. So the second table represents this currently studying status. However, it is in an extended period. Okay, the next registration status is currently studying. However, it is under the terms of thesis submission notice and currently studying, waiting for viva voce. Okay, this is the process of deferment. You are eligible to defer your study. However, you need to provide the relevant justification. So how you want to defer your study? Okay, your application should be submitted before the start of the new semester or no later than in week 2 of the deferred semester. For example, you already become an active student this semester. However, in the way there is some unavoidable circumstances. For example, you have a health issue, you have financial issue, so that you want to defer your study next semester. So you need to apply for this deferment before the end of this semester or week 1 or week 2 for the new semester, I mean next semester. Okay, students whose deferment for the semester have been approved but have paid for the deferred semester will have their fees carried forward to the next semester. Okay, it is very important for you to realize that you are you cannot apply for the deferment for 2 consecutive semesters. However, if there is unavoidable circumstances, you can apply. However, you need to provide the valid reason that have been verified by the faculty, center, academic or institute, and also Center for Postgraduate Studies. Approval for deferment will be based on each semester application. And for those who already in their extension of study, they cannot apply for the deferment. Extension study means that, if you still remember, we have the second table. Okay, so for the one who already in the second table, extension of study, you cannot apply for this deferment. Okay, if you already become an non-active students, means that you already defer for that semester, you are not permitted to use any facilities provided by the university. However, you can still come to see your supervisor to seek for advice to resume your study. So the period of deferment of study shall not be calculated into the student's duration of study. This is information about the suspensions of study. You will be given a suspension status if you do some of the activities, such as you fail to register for any semester within the time frame specified by the university. You should always refer to our academic calendar. And the second one is found guilty by the University Student Disciplinary Committee and sentenced under this regulation as displayed in our interface here, and found to be in breach of subsection 15D in bracket 1 and bracket 7 of the university and university college. So this period of suspension is calculated into the student's duration of study. Then you should be aware that it will affect your maximum duration of study and also time for you to apply for the extension. Okay, student given a suspension of study status can appeal to CPS by writing a letter to activate your status. However, you need to pay a late registration fine with amount of 200 ringgit Malaysia. You should know your right that you can change mode of study, for example, from full-time to part-time. Okay, what is the process? You can apply to the Dean of Faculty or Center or Academy or Institute and inform the Dean of the Center for Postgraduate Study to change your mode of study. However, nowadays this change mode of study can be done by completing the form from the SBP, Integrated Student System. Okay, it is online. So the approval to this application is subject to the remaining maximum period of study for the mode of study applied. International students are not permitted to change the mode of study from full-time to part-time. This is information for those who want to change faculty, center, academic or institute and to change the field of study. If you think that there is a necessity for you to change your faculty, center, academic or institute or field of study, you can refer to your faculty. Okay, so this application can be submitted to faculty Okay, for master students, no later than the second semester. For the PhD students, no later than the third semester of study. However, before you apply for change of faculty, center, academic or institute, and also to change the field of study, you need to always refer to your supervisor. You need to always think and consider about the consequences to your research activity. Okay, so the application for change of faculty, center, academic or institute and field of study can be made once throughout the course of study, except for reasons that have been approved and validated by the postgraduate committee. For the fees, payment process, it is compulsory for all students to pay all related fees for each semester. And if you still remember last time, okay, our fees must be paid during registration day. This is very popular among the active students, your senior. They want to apply for the exemptions from the tuition fee. So they need to submit their thesis before on or in the 4th week of the new semester. After this, you will become an active student. So please bear in mind that you can apply for the exemptions of fee if you already fulfill all the requirement to submit your thesis. So the fees for Viva Voce must be paid prior to the submissions of thesis for examination. For information, fees for Viva Voce for master students with amount of 1,000 ringgit Malaysia, and for PhD students, 1,500 ringgit Malaysia. Students are required to pay a repeat Viva Voce fee if they are required to retake the Viva Voce. And the university reserves the right to change the total fees at any time without prior notice. This is the table which shows the refund process. If you encounter some avoidable circumstances and you want to withdraw your study, you should know which time that you can asking for refund from the university. Okay, the next section is about the supervision. We have two types of supervision. The first one, individual supervision, and the second one, co-supervision. And also you have right to change your supervisor and also to change your supervision category. However, you should have a relevant justification. Okay, so this is the process. For master students, you can apply to change of supervisor or supervision category within the first 2 semesters of study, which is registered semester. For the PhD students, you can apply for the first 4 semester of study. The next slide is about the postgraduate student progress report, or we call it as a LKPP. All students must fill in the LKPP at the time specified in the academic calendar. So that's why you should always refer to our academic calendar, because once you miss the date, you are unable to log in into the system, and after that you cannot fill up the form, and it will cause you to be suspended in the next semester. You cannot register for the next semester as an active student. The second one is for the students with the status currently studying, waiting for Viva Voce. They don't have to fill in the LKPP. And students will be given a termination study status if their LKPP is weak and has been given a conditional pass for 2 consecutive semesters. So that's why it is very important for you to always maintain or to elevate, to increase your momentum in doing your research activity from semester to the other semester. Supervisors are required to fill in and certify the actual evaluations of the students' research performance in the time specified in the academic calendar. You should always discuss with your supervisor about the research activities, including this LKPP. Once you complete your LKPP form, you need to inform your supervisor so that they can go through your report, and also they can review and submit the report online. Failure of the students to fill in the LKPP within the stipulated period will result in the students not being able to register for the next semester, and the students will be given the status of did not fill LKPP status. So for the next sections, it's about the thesis writing. You need to remember that we have this guideline, which is UMS thesis dissertation submission and writing guidelines to preparing your thesis. and students are not allowed to reuse their thesis from another university. This is important information about notice of thesis submission. Students must complete and submit the notice of thesis submissions to the Dean of the Center for Postgraduate Studies within 3 months before submitting the thesis for examination. You need to always thoroughly evaluate which is the right time for you to prepare your thesis, which is the right time for you to submit your form notice of thesis submission to CPS, Center for Postgraduate Studies. So this notice of thesis submission validity is only for 6 months. After 6 months, it will be expired and you need to apply again. Okay, student must have a registered active student status when submitting the notice of thesis submission. So this is information about the thesis submission for examination. Before you submit your thesis for examination, you need to submit your thesis for proofreading. Okay, and for the second statement, actually, because of the pandemic COVID-19, we already changed the method. We are not receiving any hard copy thesis anymore. We just receive the soft copy thesis. You just need to submit the soft copy thesis through email to Center for Postgraduate Studies. And also, you need to provide 1 copy of the plagiarism review report certified by the faculty or center or academic or institute. This is information about the thesis submission after viva voce. After the viva voce, it is your responsibility to submit your corrected thesis according to the time stated in your results after the viva voce session. Okay, for example, correction within 3 months, correction within 6 months. After you receive the letter, do not keep it, do not throw it away. You need to always look at it in order for you to understand what is the process that you need to complete and how much time left for you to finish your study. Okay, students can apply for extensions of thesis submissions for maximum of 3 months only. And application must be made through the supervisor and forwarded to the Dean of the Center for Postgraduate Studies for approval. Failure to make correction and thesis submission within the stipulated time will cause a big impact to you, in which you will fail in your study. So the next information is about the submission of final thesis. Okay, you are required to submit 1 hard copy of the thesis or dissertation and also 1 copy of a compact disc containing the thesis in PDF format. And all theses or dissertation are the property of the university. This is the next section about the final assessment. Consists of thesis examination and also viva voce session. So for the thesis examination for doctoral degree students, it consists of 1 outside examiner and 2 internal examiner for non-university staff, and 2 outside examiner and 1 internal examiner for university staff. For master student, we just have 1 external examiner and 1 internal examiner. So the viva voce session must be carried out by a viva voce committee after the thesis examinations has been done by the external examiner and internal examiner. This is the further information about the viva voce session. The viva voce session will be carried out after all examination reports have been received. And also, of course, there will be a chairman of the thesis examination committee, dean or director or a representative. And also, we need the presence of at least 1 examiner during the viva voce session. The supervisor also are invited as an observer. And if all the criteria are satisfied, therefore the viva voce session can be held. Okay. And another important thing is that students will be given a pass if all members of the viva voce committee are satisfied with the student thesis and the proficiency of the student in defending the thesis. For the students who are failed to attend the viva voce session and failed to provide a relevant justification, therefore they will be given a failed status in that examination. Repeat viva voce will only be allowed once during their study, and only viva voces online viva voce session is allowed with reasonable justification. Before the pandemic COVID-19, viva voce was conducted physical. However, because of the pandemic COVID-19, until now, we conduct the viva voce session in online mode. This is the viva voce assessment results. Okay, pass means that you are given correction within a maximum period of 1 month, and pass with minor correction, which is maximum period of 3 months. Pass with major correction, maximum period of 6 months. For examination with viva voce means that you are given 12 months for thesis correction, and the thesis must be reassessed, and the candidate will need to sit for a viva voce. And the last one is fail status, so means that the candidate is not eligible for the award of a doctor or master of philosophy and is not allowed to resubmit their thesis. Okay. However, if you feel unsatisfied with your viva voce result, you can apply for appeal from the CPS. Okay, you need to know what is the specific time for you to apply for the appeal process. So appeal process must be presented to the Dean of the Center for Postgraduate Studies within 30 days after the date of the first viva voce session, not the second viva voce session. And the decisions of the appeal is final. This is information about the study status. The first one, deferment of study. Second one, deferment of study due to health problems. For the second one, it means that when you submit your application to Center for Postgraduate Study, your application will be reviewed by the specific committee, which is members from the FPSK, and only the expert one will verify if you are eligible for the deferment of study due to health problems. The third one is suspension of study due to the act of not register for course, and withdrawal from study, failed and discontinued, suspended due to discipline issue. This is a situation which shows that when you are given fail and discontinued status and terminated from study. The first one, if the student fails the thesis assessment, means that after the viva voce sessions, all the examiners found out that you cannot defend your thesis, and also you cannot show a good understanding on your research activity, on your research. The second one, if the student fails to make correction and submit the thesis in the time period as specified in the regulation. So means that if you are given 6 months of correction, you need to complete all the correction and also to submit the hardcover thesis within 6 months. If you are unable to fulfill the criteria, then you will be given the status of failed and discontinue. And for the third one, if the student obtains a conditional pass status for 2 consecutive semesters, means that when you fill in your LKPP status, your LKPP will be reviewed by your supervisor. If your supervisor finds that you are unable to perform your research in a good way, so they will give you marks. That marks will imply that it will give you fail or pass status. So the suspended discipline, and also you can be suspended from studies. You can also, in this situation, if you did not register for 2 consecutive semesters, and if you fail to complete your study in the specific time, and if you are expelled from the university. This is the information about how to reactivate your status. Okay, if you are terminated from the studies, you can apply to continue. You can apply the appeal process to continue your study. However, you need to pay a processing fee with amount of 300 ringgit Malaysia upon application, and also you need to pay fees for unregistered semester. However, you need to remember that you can only apply this appeal process once for the durations of your study, and results of the appeal made by student is subject to approval by the postgraduate committee, and the decisions of the postgraduate committee is final, and further appeal shall not be considered. And this is the last section of my sharing. Conferment of degree. Okay, so you need to fulfill all the requirements stipulated by the Center for Postgraduate Study, and you need to pass the oral examination, which is viva voce, and you need to submit a hardcover thesis and one copy in the form of compact disc, and settle all fees and liabilities. And also, this is the informations about the publication that need to be fulfilled before you graduated. For example, for the science stream, you need to publish one index corpus or web of site of ERA article with at least accepted status. For non-science master degree students, you need to publish one index corpus or web of science or ERA article with at least accepted status, and you need to present at any conference in oral or poster mode. For doctoral degree students, you need to produce at least two journal index in Scopus, Web of Science or ERA with at least accepted status. This is applicable for science stream. And for the non-science stream, you need to publish one article in my site and one article index in Scopus, Web of Science or ERA with at least accepted status, and you need to present at any conference, oral or poster mode. So all above condition must be fulfilled by the student by sending the documents as proof when submitting the submissions of thesis or dissertation of the correction form for the purpose of graduation. So if you look at this publication, it looks like difficult. However, if you start earlier, I'm sure that you can achieve all of these requirements. Okay, so these sub-regulation of FNG apply to students starting from semester 2, session 2020-20, 2020-21 intake and onwards. So please remember that you are applicable you are subject to this requirement to publish paper. Okay, so that's all for my sharing session. Thank you for listening and good luck for your research journey. See you again.
Thank you, Dr. Hani, for that very comprehensive briefings. And if you ever want to refer to the postgraduate rules and procedures, you can always visit our website, okay? Ladies and gentlemen, before we move on to our next briefing, let's take a 5-minute break for preparation and to regain back your attention. So thank you, stay tuned, and see you in a while. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are glad that you're still here with us. The next speaker for this morning is Associate Professor Dr. Muhammad Suhaimi bin Taat, who will brief us on the program procedures and rules at the UMS Center for External Education, or we call it PLUMS. Okay, without further ado, let's invite Dr. Suhaimi. The stage is yours, Dr.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Chairperson, for this morning session. So, without further ado, I would like to share with you the rules and regulation pertaining the coursework and mixed method program under PLUMS, Pusat Law UMS, for this session. So, first of all, there are two chapters in this presentation. First one is chapter C and also chapter CA. C for postgraduate by coursework and CA for postgraduate by mixed mode. So this is our main reference and guidance for you to refer to. So the Postgraduate Studies Rules 2015, Amendment number 2, 2021. So you can refer to this guidance for you to refer along the way that you are doing your study here. Okay, so I just proceed with the admission. So I think this you can read by yourself by referring to the booklet there. So the main structure for this program is, so the student must attend the required courses as stipulated in their study program, consisting of faculty core courses. Second one is the program core courses, minor courses and elective courses. So it depends on your program. So maybe different program will have different courses and different structure. So this is the general one. And number 2, the ratio of courses and research that students must attend for the postgraduate program is as follows. So first one for postgraduate diploma, 100% coursework, and for doctoral degree and master's degree by coursework, the ratio is research 70 to 30. So it depends on your courses and on your lecturers as well. So for the course components, students must attend the required courses as stipulated in their study program, consisting of faculty core courses or program core courses or minor courses or elective courses. And same as before, that the ratio is between 70 to 30%. So this is the duration of study permitted in this university. So you can refer here, if you are full-time, for example, for master's degree, you have 6 semesters to fulfill, to finish your study, and for part-time, you have 8 semesters. So it depends on your registration, either you're full-time or you are part-time. So failure to complete their studies within the stipulated time will result in the status of the student being terminated without written notice from the university. So you need to bear in your mind, this is very important. So you won't be failed in your study. So you need to really know about this one, duration of study permitted in your study. So the total credit hours, it depends on your program. So for diploma, postgraduate, 30 credit hours. Some also have 40 actually, so it depends on your program as well. Master's degree, minimum 40 credit, and for doctorate degree, 80 credit hours. So for registration, candidates who have been offered must register within the period stipulated by the university. Then international students are only allowed to register under full-time. So you are not allowed for the part-time mode, only full-time for the international student. So current student who register in week 3 and 4 must pay a fine of RM200 ringgit for late registration. So you must, or you need to register from first to second week only. You enter the third week, so you need to pay a fine for the late registration. Okay, course registration. It is compulsory for students to pay fees and register for their course at each semester within 2 weeks. So remember, within 2 weeks from the registration date set by the university. And fail to do so, you need to pay RM50 for each course that they wish to register. To register late, then you need to pay RM50 for each course. Students who fail to register within the stipulated period will be given a suspension of study status. And students are responsible for checking their course registration each semester. So you need to be very careful. You need to check by yourself each semester and doing correction within the stipulated time. And all registered courses for a semester will be revoked if the students have been given the approval to defer their studies for the respective semester according to regulation. So current students are not allowed to register for the next semester until all outstanding fees are settled. So you need to settle all the outstanding fees before you are allowed to register for the next semester. So students who do not register after the 4th week of each semester will be given a suspension of studies status without prior written notice from the university. And also students who do not register for two consecutive semesters will be terminated from studies without prior written notice from the university. Okay, if any prerequisite courses need to be taken, the prerequisite course results are not taken into account to determine the grade point average for the student. So Malay language is already repealed, and audit courses, student may register to attend any audit courses depend on the program again. So audit courses are not taken into account when calculating the grade point average. And last one, students who attend on an audit course must fulfill the regulation related to lecture, attendance, examination, and etc. So this is the credit hours for the courses related to your program. So for example here, mode of study for master's degree, maximum is 20 credit hours, minimum is 9 credit hours, and for part-time, the minimum is 6 credit hours and the maximum is 12 credit hours. So the credit limit calculation for the purpose of registration does not include dissertation or research project or practicum or internship or teaching practice that might be taken during your study here. Okay, so add and drop courses, students may apply to drop and or add any courses registered in the respective semester from week 2 to week 4 of each semester. So you can add and drop from week 2 to week 4. Withdrawal from course, students can apply to withdraw from any course registered in the respective semester from week 5 to week 8 of that semester, but fees will not be refunded for such cases. So if you involve in a short semester, students are only allowed to register for not more than 9 credit hours for the short semester, and dropping and or adding courses during the short semester is not allowed. So means that you need to really confirm whether you take short semester or not. And then 14.11, repeat courses. Students are allowed to register for repeat courses if, there are two cases here, if first one, the student failed any course that they have taken, or you pass but you achieve grade B minus or C plus for courses they have taken to improve the course grade and only once during the period of study. And next is students are allowed to replace their respective course with another course if it is an elective course. And last one is sub-regulation 14.11.1 and sub-regulation 14.11.2 are not applicable for those of Master in Public Health degree and the Doctor of Public Health degree. So deferment of study. Application for deferment may be made before the start of the new semester or not later than week 2 of the deferred semester. Application made after week 2 will only be considered for matters related to health and on condition that it is confirmed by a panel doctor appointed by the university or any government hospital or other valid reasons. So application for deferment must be supported by the dean of the faculty, center or academy or director of institute with approval from the dean at the Center for Postgraduate Studies, UMS External Center. So I think you can refer to the booklet, to the rules for the further explanation. And suspension of study, students will be given suspension of study status if they first fail to register for any semester in the stipulated time, or found guilty by the University Student Disciplinary Committee and sentenced under Regulation 48.D, University Malaysia Sabah Regulation Student Discipline 1999, PUA 210/1999. And last one is due to the found in violation of subsection 15D, 1 and 7 of the University and College University Act 1971, Act 30. And then the period of suspension of study is taken into account when calculating the student's duration of study as stipulated in the Regulation 13.2. And student given a suspension of study status under Sub-Regulation 14.13.1, A must activate their status in the following semester by paying a processing fee of RM 200 ringgit. So, pertaining change of mode of study, student may apply to the dean of the faculty or center or academy of director of institute and inform the dean of the Center for Postgraduate Studies to change their mode of study from full-time to part-time or vice versa. So you can change your mode of study from part-time to full-time or from full-time to part-time. So this application is only allowed once, okay, only once throughout the duration of the study. Approval to the application is subject to the maximum remaining period of study for the type of mode of study applied, and change of study program. Students may apply for the change of study program in the first semester. So remember, you only can change your study program in the first semester. Approval for the change of program of study is subject to the approval of JKP. Application can only be made once throughout the course of study except for the other reasons as stipulated by JKFB. So credit transfer. Application for credit transfer. Students may apply for credit transfer if they fulfill the following criteria, which is for students who have moved to the university, courses must be at degree level and in an equivalent program for credit transfer, and obtain at least a grade B for courses that were taken at degree level and only programs that are equivalent. B, students who are changing their programs must obtain at least a grade B for related courses. And last one, C, students who are involved in an outbound mobility program can apply for credit transfer for courses that are equivalent to the courses they are to enroll in. And credit transferable courses must be from programs that have been accredited by MQA and listed in MQR. Application must be submitted within the first 4 weeks of the first semester of their studies at the university. So remember again, first semester only. So contents from the previous course must taken must be at least 80% equivalent. 80% equivalent to the university course under transfer consideration. The total number of transferable credits shall not exceed 1/3 of the total number of credits of the course pursued at the university. Notwithstanding anything stipulated in Sub-Regulation 15.1.6, there is no limit to the number of credit hour transfers that can be approved for students who interchange within the university, but subject to the credit transfer requirement in Sub-Regulation 15.1.2b, and each application for transfer of credit hours is subject to a processing fee of RM 300 for each course. And for the fees, it is compulsory for students to pay all relevant fees at each semester, and all fees must be paid during registration. Last one, total fees are subject to change from time to time without prior notice from the university. And in terms of refund, refunds for applications to withdraw from studies are subject to the schedule below. So here is stated that registration fee, student card, insurance and society fees within the period of 2 weeks of the semester or after 2 weeks of the semester is expired. won't be refunded. It only can be refunded for the item 2, study fees, withdraw period within 2 weeks in the semester. Okay, assessment and examination. Each course conducted must have a continuous assessment method and or final examination. Assessment for the each course is carried out continuously according to the coursework, final examination and other forms made in a study semester according to methods determined by the faculty, center, academic institute subject to JKP approval. An assessment for dissertation, research, project, practicum, internship, teaching practice is according to the methods determined by faculty, center, academic institute and subject to JKP approval. Courses assessed based on coursework together with the final semester examination. The coursework weightage shall not be less than 50% of the total marks, while the weightage for value for the final examination shall not be less than 30% and not more than 50%. So each dissertation, research, project, practicum, internship, teaching practice will be assessed by at least 2 examiners, including the supervisor for the student's master's degree by coursework. The dean of the faculty, center, academy, or the director of institute may prevent a student from sitting for any examination if the student does not attend lectures in excess of 30%. I repeat, 30% of the total attendance set without the permission of the dean of the faculty, center, academy, or director of institute, and the senate may determine the manner and method in which the examination should be conducted. Postponement of final examination. Students who experience health problems during the final semester examination may apply to postponement of examination from the relevant dean of the faculty, center, academy, or director of institute. The application must be made within 48 hours. Remember, 48 hours after the examination was conducted. Means that not more than 2 days. So the application must include a letter of confirmation from a medical officer at the university or government hospital. Parents or next of kin of students suffering from a critical illness during the final examination may apply for a postponement of examination on behalf of the student by enclosing a letter of certification from a medical officer of the university of government hospital to the relevant dean of the faculty, center, academy, or director of institute. Replacement of examination. In the case of deferment under regulation 17.3, the faculty, center, academy, institute will conduct a replacement examination at an appropriate date. So if the student is still unable to attend the replacement examination on the scheduled date without a valid reason, then the student will be given a grade F for the respective course or courses and will be required to re-register for the said course or courses. Dissertation, research project, practicum, internship, teaching practice submission. Students who fail to submit a dissertation, submission, research project, practicum, internship, teaching practice on the due date will be given a grade of F or fail. So students must re-register for the course and will only be allowed to do so once in the course of study. So it means you have only one other opportunity to repeat the dissertation, research project, practicum, internship, or teaching practice submission. So writing a dissertation, students must write a dissertation in accordance with the thesis submission and writing guidelines. Dissertation UMS style currently used by the University Malaysia Sabah. Assessment on the dissertation is subject to guidelines at the respective faculty, center, academy, and institute. Assessment result and final examination. After confirmation by JKP, student will be informed of A. Grade results for each course, B. SGPA and CGPA, semester grade point approximation, and also CGPA, and last one is study status for each semester. So course grade review. Student may apply for a course grade review from the dean of the faculty, center, academy, or director of institute where the course is offered within 2 weeks. So means if you want to review your result, you have 2 weeks of the announcement of examination results. So each application for the review is subject to a processing fee of RM100 per course. An examination committee will be formed for the purpose of a course grade review. The dean of the faculty, center, academy, or director of the institute where the course is offered must form an examination committee comprising of: first, the dean of the faculty, center, academy, or director of institute where the course is offered as the chairperson or deputy dean who performs academic functions when the dean is unable to carry out duties or has a vested interest in the paper that is being reviewed. Second one is the head of program or coordinator of the course taken. The third person is one member appointed by the dean or director, and the fourth person is the original examiner of the course, and the last person is the assistant registrar of the faculty, center, academy, institute as the secretary. The examination committee must review the calculation of the overall marks, the students' assessment, either the projects, quizzes, assessment, assignments, mid-semester examination, and etc., including the final examination answer scripts. The examination committee must review all dissertation, research project, final examination script content, and the Senate's decision with regard to the application for course grade review is final. So this is the grade point and status. As you can see here, the grade point, for example, A is 4 flat. The marks of percentage is 80 to 100, and the minimum passing mark is the 55 to 59, which is C+. If you get less than that marks, then means that you are failed. So the Senate may determine a different grade and a grade point that those stated in the table above in accordance with sub-regulation 18.1.2, but subject to the requirements of the program. Subject to the provision of this regulation, a student who does not complete or attend any assessment, remember, who does not complete or attend any assessment or sit for the final examination as stipulated in course shall be given a grade of F, means that fail for the entire assessment of that course. So notwithstanding anything stated in sub-regulation 18.1.4, grade and grade point assigned to a course for the Master in Public Health and Doctor in Public Health are as follows. A slight different with the previous one. Okay, so this is the status. Okay, that been stated in the book of rules and regulation. You can refer to later. So unit calculation and grade point average. So compulsory courses are stated in regulation 14.2 will be used when calculating credit points. All courses will be calculated when determining the SGPA or CGPA of students. Courses receiving a grade F and XX will also be taken into account when determining the SGPA and CGPA. And generating the CGPA of students who repeat a failed course is by substituting the grade point of the original course with the new grade point, whichever is better, and shall be made without changing the SGPA for the semester the original course was taken. Changes to the CGPA will be made during the semester when the repeat course is taken. So this is how we calculate, and the formula of calculation the SGPA and the CGPA. So this is the study status. L is pass. It means that students will be given a pass status if they obtain a CGPA of 3.0 and above. Students given a pass status are eligible to continue their studies. The second one is LB. In bahasa we call as lulus bersyarat, conditional pass. Students will be given a conditional pass, lulus bersyarat status if they obtain a CGPA of between 2.33 and 2.99, means that less than 3 but more than 2.33. So students who obtain a conditional pass for 2 consecutive semesters will be given a fail and discontinued status, GB, which is gagal and berhenti. Okay, so this is the detail for GB. First one, students will be given a fail and discontinued GB status if their status is LB over 2 consecutive semesters. Students will be given a fail and discontinued the GB status if they obtain a CGPA of below 2.33 at any semester. And last one, students under failed and discontinued GB status will lose their student status and will be terminated. Postponement of studies, students who have granted permission to postpone their studies according to regulation 4.4. Postponement of student of studies health problems, students who have been granted permission to postpone their studies due to health problems according to the regulation 4.4. Suspension of studies, students who suspended according to regulation 4.5. Withdrawal from studies, students who withdraw from studies, and etc. You can read by referring to the regulation book. Reactivation of student status, appeal for continuation of study, student who receive a termination status in accordance with sub-regulation 14.2.8 or sub-regulation 20.1.3 or 20.1.8 may appeal. You may appeal for continuation of study and must pay A, an application processing fee of RM300, and B, unregistered semester tuition fees. For the purpose of sub-regulation 20A.1.1 above, students may appeal only once. Remember, only once throughout the duration of their studies. The appeal result made by a student is subject to JKP approval. And the decision made by JKP is accordance to sub-regulation 28.1.3 is final and no other appeal can be considered. Conferment of degree. So this is the criteria of conferment of degree. Students are eligible for conferment of degree after they have fulfilled all conditions for the conferment of degree for postgraduate studies, including the following. A, fulfill all conditions stipulated by the university. B, completed the required credit hours for the program and passed all courses as stipulated by the faculty, center, academy or institute. C, student examination results must be confirmed by JKP and certified by the Senate. And last one, settle all fees and liabilities to the university during their period of study. Aggregated and enumerata academic award. For the purpose of this regulation, aggregated means compassionate award refers to the granting of studies completed status and academic conformance without distinction of class to students who become permanently disabled. B, enumerata. Posthumous award refers to the granting of students completed studies status and academic conformance without distinction of class to deceased student. And students may be given the aggregate or enumerata graduation status subject to the following condition. A, pass status in the final semester before death or permanent disability and have passed at least 75% of overall credit in their study program, and students must have obtained a CGPA of 3.0 and above for each semester throughout the period of study. And the Senate may grant exemptions to the conditions set forth in sub-regulation 21.2A.2. So that's all from me. Thank you for your listening, and I give back this microphone to the chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing with us, Dr. Suhaimi. Ladies and gentlemen, before we move on, let's take another 5 minutes break, and we will see you soon. Thank you. Welcome back, everyone. The next topic we will discuss is about postgraduate student welfare and scholarship at University Malaysia Sabah by the Deputy Dean of Student Affairs at the Center for Postgraduate Studies, CPS, Dr. Oscar Dosin. The stage is now yours, Doctor.
Thank you so much, Puan Herlina, and a very good morning to everyone. Salam Malaysia Madani and Salam Sabah Maju Jaya. Welcome to UMS and also to all of our international students. We welcome you to Sabah, Malaysia, Borneo, the land below the wind. So for this session, this morning, I will continue with the topic on student welfare at the Center for Postgraduate Studies, University Malaysia Sabah. So these are the agendas for the briefing about student affairs or student welfare at Center for Postgraduate Studies. Most of these points here are very important for everyone, especially for you guys, yeah, the new students to pay attention. So first of all, I would like to introduce ourselves, yeah, who are us? The Student Affairs or Student Welfare Department at the Center for Postgraduate Studies. Okay, Puan Herlina herself is actually the head of this section, yeah? So what we are doing here, okay, or the responsibilities of the Student Affairs sections include, yeah, coordinating postgraduate students' welfare, including your financial assistance, that is inclusive of scholarships and other financial assistance. We are also going to organize academic workshops, sponsorship, health facilities on the other hand, as well as insurance and other non-academic activities and student consultation in collaboration with the Postgraduate Student Affairs Association. So this is our team here. Okay, of course we are led by our the dean of the center, Professor Dr. Rosita Sapawi, and my colleague, okay, the Deputy Dean of Academic and International, Associate Professor Dr. Asma Hani Awang. Myself, okay, the Deputy Dean of Student Affairs, and Puan Herlina herself, okay, she's the head of Student Affairs section, as well as Madam Nur Fadzila Rosli, our Operation and Administration Officer. So these are the 6 key people in the Student Affairs section of the Center for Postgraduate Studies. Now, the first one, that's about the financial assistance of scholarships, which may interest, I believe, most of you this morning. Yeah, I hope you guys are still awake. So this, we call this financial assistance or scholarship as postgraduate assistance schemes. Yeah, there are 2 types of postgraduate assistance schemes which we offer, okay, through the university, our university, University Malaysia Sabah. For Malaysian citizens or Malaysian students, we offer this teaching assistance scheme, yeah, or SPP. Yeah, and these are the requirements for this postgraduate assistance scheme. Yeah, for the first one, yeah, in which you have to be, of course, Malaysian citizen, okay, master student in semester 1 and 2. PhD students up to semester 3, and you must be enrolled in a full-time research program. Yeah, and for master degree studies, okay, applicants should also obtain first class degree qualification with at least 2.75, if I'm not mistaken, okay, for their masters. All right. And for PhD studies, okay, applicants should have a master degree or obtain at least CGPA of 3.0 during their master's degree. And we extend this postgraduate assistance scheme to our international candidates as well. Yeah, so for international students, the requirements are almost the same with the teaching assistance scheme, which is offered to the Malaysian citizen. All right, so how do you apply? Yeah, now the scheme or this SBP is yet to be open. Okay, it is not open yet for this semester. Okay, because we have just you guys have just registered on the 17th of February last Saturday, but you can actually apply, okay, for this postgraduate assistance scheme or fast track scholarship online. Yeah, so once we have launched this, okay, this semester, okay, you need to go to my SBP in the Sistem Maklumat Pelajar for the online application. And of course, yeah, when you're applying for this postgraduate assistance scheme, you have to undergo an interview with the Center for Postgraduate Studies as well. Yeah, so there will be an interview for all the candidates. All right. Now, other scholarship opportunities or other financial assistance which you can apply, okay, we have the PTPTN scheme. All right, this is for full-time students. You must be enrolled full-time in your program in order for you to qualify to apply. Okay, other than that, we have this Malaysia International Scholarship from MOHE as well. Graduate Excellence Program from MARA scholarship. And state government here meaning to say is the Sabah state government if you are in Sabah. But students from different states, you may seek for your state government scholarship as well. All right, if they have any. And other financial institution or other international agencies. Now, some of you guys may be asking, okay, why we did not list My Brain 2.0 in this scheme here. Yes, okay, My Brain is now open, but we did not receive the specific date on when it will be launched. So that is the reason why we did not include it in this list. But keep your eye on the My Brain 2.0 as well. That is another opportunities for scholarship. Okay, for our Masters by Research and also for our PhD students. Okay, moving on to the second points on health facilities. Okay, in the past, yeah, the CPS UMS or Center for Postgraduate Study in UMS, okay, we allow students to go to our panel clinics or clinic panels to seek for treatment. However, there is this new scheme, yeah, or health scheme being launched by our university, Scheme Perkhidmatan Kesihatan UMS, okay, in which, yeah, it covers all students, yeah, from undergraduates and postgraduate students. However, this scheme is yet to be finalized. It is in the final stages, actually, to be reviewed. So once this Scheme Perkhidmatan Kesihatan UMS finalized, we will announce it in our announcement as well as related social media. So you guys, the postgraduates candidates of the university, will be covered under the Scheme Perkhidmatan Kesihatan UMS. Okay, insurance coverage. Now, moving on to this one, okay, so you guys remember, okay, when you pay for your tuition fee, you're actually paying for your insurance coverage as well. Yeah, so this insurance coverage, okay, covers all these 8 issues, okay, or it gives you these 8 benefits, all right? But I would like to highlight here, yeah, when you are claiming for this insurance, you have to go to the Student Affairs section UMS, yeah, meaning to say in the campus induk, in the the HQ of it, yeah, all right? So for this one, okay, all claims must be submitted to Student Affairs, not through CPS, yeah, not through Center for Postgraduate Studies. So keep that in mind, all right? And make sure that you guys develop your card Prihatin Siswa as well. Okay, there are a lot of benefits for this card Prihatin Siswa, which I believe you guys are aware of it as well. So you need to have this card Prihatin Siswa. Yeah, this is actually a benefit initiated by our Ministry of Higher Education. Yeah, in collaboration with all universities in Malaysia. Rules and regulation. Now, I think Associate Professor Dr. Hani did highlight, in details on the university rules and regulations, especially in relation to your studies. Yeah. In addition to that, as a student of UMS, you have to be familiar with these rules and regulation as well. Yeah, namely the first one is Akta 30, that is Akta University and College University 1971. Okay, kaedah-kaedah Universiti Malaysia Sabah, Tata Tertib Pelajar-Pelajar 1999, as well as the Kaedah Pengajian Pasca Siswaza, UMS 2018, which was being extensively explained by Associate Professor Dr. Hani just now. Yeah, as well as the importance for everyone, to study and also to understand the gaya penulisan UMS. This writing style, is required to be followed by all candidates. Whether you are doing PhD or masters or even masters by coursework, when you are doing your final year project, your dissertation, or even your thesis, you must follow the gaya penulisan UMS. All right. Because the failure to fulfill the gaya penulisan UMS may lead to a revision of your thesis. Okay. Now, at the Center for Postgraduate Studies, on an annual basis, every year, we are going to conduct this Majlis Anugerah Pasca Siswaza or MAP or Postgraduate Award Ceremony. This ceremony will be held before the university convocation ceremony. This is to celebrate the achievement of our postgraduate students. Okay, so this, as you can see from the photos here, this is the postgraduate award ceremony which was held last year at the Sabah International Convention Center. Okay, and these are the list of awards which were given to our postgraduate students. Namely, the first one, we have Anugerah Aspirasi Pasca Siswaza. For this one, you must, the main requirement for you to be qualified or to be shortlisted for the Anugerah Aspirasi Pasca Siswaza, you must be graduating on time. You must graduate on time. So for masters, you must graduate within 4 semesters. While for PhD, maximum of 8 semesters. 8 semesters. In addition to Aspirasi Award, of postgraduate students, we also have other awards such as Thesis Terbaik for science and non-science, Pelajar Terbaik or best students for the coursework, Masters by Research, Master by Coursework, and also the overall best students for both Masters and PhD. Now, in PASCHA or in the Center for Postgraduate Studies, besides those academic activities or student welfares or student activities which we are in charge in the section of student affairs, we also have other academic and non-academic activities to be organized. So for academic workshops and courses, these are some of the examples or some of the programs, which we have last year. But for this year, these workshops and courses will be announced from time to time. For non-academic activities, all right, such as marathon or community visit or CSR with community. We will conduct these activities, okay, in collaboration with our postgraduate student associations. Yeah, so this is the example which we have just last year. Okay, we did organize this zombie run. Okay, the main the main organizer is actually our PSA students, yeah, the Postgraduate Student Association. So to everyone, please be involved with our Postgraduate Student Association. Make sure you guys keep yourself updated with the activities as well, not only the non-academic activities, but also the academic workshops or courses which will be conducted by the Center for Postgraduate Studies. Moving on, okay, to the 3 minutes thesis competition. Now, on a yearly basis, UMS or the Center for Postgraduate Studies of our university conducted this 3 minutes thesis competition. This year it will be continued, but we are going to uplift this 3 minutes thesis competition as Piala Naib Chancellor UMS, okay, 2024. This is actually in conjunction with the sambutan ulang tahun 30 tahun UMS or the 30 years anniversary of our university. But when it will be held, it will be announced. Okay, we are currently preparing the paperwork, but the competition will be named as 3 minutes thesis competition, the Vice Chancellor Championship. And these are other related matters, okay, in relation to student welfare and also financial assistance, okay, of our university. So again, this basically summarizes what I mentioned just now, okay. And this is for the Postgraduate Student Association. Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, okay, our section, okay, the section for student affairs, okay, we work closely with the Postgraduate Student Association, okay, in conducting activities related to postgraduate students. We have recruited the new members of the Postgraduate Student Association, okay, and we will announce it in the next 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, all right, on the new lineup of the Postgraduate Student Association. But just to highlight some of the achievement last year, okay, they have visited one of the school in Tenom, Sabah, that is the community CSR project, okay, under Associate Professor Dr. Azazi, okay, the former Deputy Dean of Student Affairs. Okay, in addition to that, okay, one of the highlight of our postgraduate students is the achievement, yeah, by Miss Clara Concalves. Okay, she won, basically she won. She's the champion for the Pidato Antarabangsa Bahasa Melayu Piala Perdana Menteri, which was held in University Science Malaysia last year. So she is actually the chair for the Postgraduate Student Association, okay, the current chair. Okay, in addition to that, we have all sorts of activities such as run, senam aerobik and everything. Okay. Yes, so get yourself updated with us, okay? These are some of the channel in which you can reach us, okay? Make sure, yeah, all of you guys, you are the new students, okay? You join our Telegram channel, okay, to get a more updated info, yeah? And also we have our Facebook page as well at CPS UMS, all right? And this is how you guys can actually contact us at Hal Ehwal Pelajar or section of academic, section of student affairs, okay, at CPS. Okay, this is our phone number, okay, and also our email. But we appreciate if you can send us an email. Okay, we'll reply, yeah, your email. Yeah. And yeah, I guess that's all from me. Thank you so much. And again, welcome to UMS. And on behalf of the Student Affairs Department, we'd like to wish you all the best, yeah, for your studies in the university. Thank you so much. Over back to you, Puan Herlina.
Thank you, Dr. Oscar. Wow, wow, wow. That was very interesting and fascinating briefing. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's almost lunchtime. So let's take a one and we'll meet again at 1:45 p.m. And see you soon. Okay, thank you very much.